Hello. Today we are talking about partnerships, Kirk and Spock, peanut butter and jelly, cut and impact protection. We're going to cover it all. On that last point, I am joined by Paul Harris, the Vice President of Research and Development for Mechanix Wear. I'm hoping that he can shed some light on where exactly durahide leather comes from, if it's not a trade secret. Paul, thank you for being here.
Glad to be here, Kurt.
Well, before we dive into specifics, I have to say that I have heard this over and over again. Mechanix Wear gloves are very popular on construction job sites. Can you walk me through that? Why do so many people in the construction field like your gloves?
Well, you also have to look at our R&D team, and our R&D team has got over 115 years of combined experience with gloves. So we're very familiar with the materials. We're very familiar with the construction. We actually do a lot of our designs and supply tech packs, very detailed down to the material level to the factory. So we've got a lot of experience. I want to put that out there in front. The other aspect is, we really center our designs on fit, feel, and function. On the fit, when you put on one of our gloves, it almost has a tailored fit to it. And we do that by design. A lot of our competitors will try to make gloves pretty loose on the hand to try to fit a wider sizing. And because of that, the overall size variance between, let's say, a small and a double XL is fairly big. We would rather incorporate in an extra small and go up to a triple or quadruple XL in some of our styles, just to make sure we keep that tailored fit. The tighter the fit of the glove, the more dexterity the wearer is going to have. Now, from the feel aspect, we also spend a lot of time evaluating materials, and we only use premium materials that also not only feel good up against the hand, but also from a performance standpoint are going to be very durable. Then on the function portion, we like to say we can get a product about 90% along the way. All of our products are tested in the field with actual users to get feedback from the customer and also identify any potential weak spots in the glove that need to be reinforced or redesigned. So from a function standpoint, when we deliver a product to market, it's already been field tested, field approved. So we have really tried to maximize what that product is going to be able to afford that worker, both in a fit and dexterity, comfort, and durability. So I think that's some of the reasons why people on the job site enjoy our product so much.
I love that. And so I alluded to this before, but the partnership between cut and impact protection, the fact that you can have both of those in one glove is really what makes it so powerful. It's what makes it versatile. So, Paul, my question then becomes, how does that versatility both help the person wearing the glove and the organization supplying it?
Well, if you look at OSHA statistical data, it will show you that in over 70% of the recordable incidents on job sites, cut and impact make up over 70% of those injuries. So it's a tremendous opportunity for improvement if you just look at those two aspects of injuries. In a lot of cases, people might not have been wearing their gloves, and you got to say, well, why weren't they wearing their gloves? Well, they're too big, they're too bulky, they don't fit well, they're not comfortable. I don't have the dexterity I need to perform the application I'm trying to do. So when you look at both those aspects, we have the ability to not only design a product that fits extremely well, offers excellent dexterity, but we can also incorporate in different levels of cut, all the way from A2 all the way up to A9. And then also we offer impact levels, ANSI impact level 1 up to ANSI impact level 3. So we can tailor depending on the application, the needs, and what's been spec'd in really across the board to make sure that the employee is properly protected and that the employer doesn't have an OSHA recordable and doesn't lose that worker for 2 weeks or a month or 2 months on the job site. People always look at the hard cost of downtime of an employee. This is how much the injury was. This is how long they were gone. Some of the soft costs that they don't take in consideration was, well, you probably had to hire someone else in, and they had to train that first month. So you really didn't get much gain out of that month other than just training.
And something that I've heard from other people is that while the person is being trained, somebody's doing that training. Are you losing their time on top of all of it?
Correct.
So a while back, Fastenal and Mechanix Wear partnered to create a few sets of co-branded gloves. I'm talking about the Bodyguard slash Mechanix Wear gloves. How did that partnership come to be, and what can people expect from that partnership moving forward?
Well, we've been a long-time supplier for Fastenal, and the Bodyguard program was started back in the early 2000s and looked at specific categories. We were fortunate enough to partner with Fastenal on the cut and sew high performance, high dexterity gloves. So, with that, that's kind of our traditional sweet spot. Uh, and that's where the history of our company comes from. As we move forward and as we grow into other categories of hand protection, we'll also look to partner with Fastenal in those as well. And it's been a fantastic partnership in that we're able to work closer. We're able to support in the field efforts of the product. And with it being co-branded, it allows people to know that the Mechanix Wear quality stands behind the product uh, along with that partnership.
So I wasn't there when the partnership was born, but I asked around a bit, and Fastenal was excited to work with such a trusted name in the PPE field. Like I said before, a lot of people in construction swear by Mechanix Wear gloves. And after partnering with you guys for a few different types, it's pretty easy to see why. Personally, I am a big fan of the durahide leather. The stuff is amazing. It's machine washable, but it doesn't just dry out and crack. Can you or can you not share some details on how this wonder leather works?
Durahide is actually our leather technology that we have. And one of the gentlemen that's over our leather, um, he has, close to 40 years of experience in leather tanning. And throughout that 40 years, he's garnered, over 17 different patents on formulations specifically for leather. Now, leather is something that we just brought on a few years ago, and during that time, we thought, well, leather gloves have been around, for probably over 500 years. What can we do to include some of the Mechanix Wear high performance DNA into the leather category? So that's how Durahide technology was born. Our leather guru likes to say it's kind of changing the DNA of the animal. So we can take a leather hide, we can infuse a super soft formula into the product that makes it feel like the leather has been worn for 2 or 3 weeks and has already been broken in. We can also include technology with a resist. So whether it's water, you could pour a glass of water over the glove and it just beads and rolls off. We can also incorporate touch capability into the leather. So if you think about it, most people have to stitch additional patches.
I have those, yeah.
Yeah, of touch capable materials in order for products to be touch compatible. We can do that into the leather itself, so it's actually impregnated into the leather itself.
Well, Paul, before I let you go, I'm going to try to run through a couple of takeaways here. Jump in if I go off the
Mhm.
rails, though. Mechanix Wear makes a lot of popular gloves with cut and impact protection. Mechanix Wear and Fastenal partnered to create the co-branded Bodyguard gloves because while we both make high-quality PPE, this was a chance to work with experts in other fields. And Durahide leather is a freak of nature and really good at what it does. Did I miss anything?
I think you've covered quite a bit. Yeah, I mean, we definitely look to and strive to look at things differently. Whether that's a market like welding that has had little change in decades, whether that's categories that we haven't traditionally participated in that we're now moving into, and we're looking to see, okay, how can we do it better? how can we use that 100+ years of knowledge and make a better product for that worker at the end of the day. So that's really what drives us and really fuels the fire to keep expanding and keep working with good partners like Fastenal.
Well, again, Paul Harris of Mechanix Wear, thank you for talking today.
I appreciate it, Kurt.